This is one word, two syllables. Ridiculous, right?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I am your host, Phil Robinson. With me, as always, my brother from another mother, Phil Jones.
What it do? What it do?
Well,
Haven't seen y'all Mickey flicks in a minute. How you doing tonight? God, it feels like ages.
Auntie Six, what's happening? K Volay. Greetings, Brian. Yes, we did in fact sign Michael Gallup, or at least there's a deal in place. He has not been signed yet, as of yet.
No, he's been signed 1 year.
He did finish it.
3 year.
1 year, $3 million. Rolling in dubs. What's up, Sean? Milky Beezy. Wit.
What's
How's
up?
everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? That's the real important question for this whole draft. How is everybody feeling?
I mean,
You're going to get them. Don't you worry about that. You're going to get them all.
Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. We're going to get to it.
Mm-hmm. Youngstown in the house.
I mean, how do you want to start this off? I mean,
top to bottom.
There's folks that want to say we didn't get a quarterback, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. You know that I am. I wanted a fucking quarterback. Okay.
Me too.
I wanted a goddamn quarterback, and we would have been set, squared away. Let's go into the season, do our thing. Yes, they made their attempt to go up and get Jaden Daniels, but that didn't. And they also try to make an attempt to make sure that they can secure Michael Penix. So, that being said, what the Falcons did. And the shit didn't happen.
No, it did not.
It's just terrible. But was it they reached? It was. But it was crazy. You know, I did say have to move up to number 8 to try to get Penix. And, you know, it's kind of odd that Atlanta really did that, knowing they already paid Kirk Cousins, like over $100 million?
Guaranteed. 186 total, 100 guaranteed.
It was just weird. You basically just drafted this guy. You can't say you're going what Green Bay did a couple years back. Green Bay was in a better position than what Atlanta was in. I mean, Green Bay, when they got Jordan Love, that was pick 23, pick 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, it is what it is. You know, they got Gardner Minshew. They have Aiden O'Connell. You just got to see how far it takes you.
And
everybody just needs to rally around it, because right now there's nothing else you. So that's what the Raiders did. Okay, quarterback. Hey, let's go on and get the next best thing. Brock Bowers. Ain't nothing damn wrong with getting Brock Bowers right there. Will run through your ass, left and right. He's your prototypical tight end that you've seen in a damn movie where it's like, throw him the ball and he'll run through about 3 to 4 other players and still manage to get a damn touchdown.
All draped around him, all hanging on. Everybody went up for the ball. He came down with it. 6'3", 243, I believe. Not quite quite superior elite size, but good size. The speed 4.53 is what he was clocked at, and you've seen what he can do. It's an amazing pickup. It definitely is. I'm not going to argue with having Brock Bowers on the team. This is the guy that you were hoping you got with Michael Mayer, but Michael Mayer still fits a role here, and the 1-2 punch and 12 personnel and the many different names that it'll have is going to play an impact moving through this season. Both of those guys are going to be on the field together a lot and getting a lot of work because there's versatility in what you can have them do and what and how they can be deployed and strategically aligned.
I will think what we were trying to back. Remember when we had Darren Waller?
Mm-hmm.
Get something on with him and Foster Moreau. I think we're going to get that again, but better. I think when we needed a consistent pass catcher and wouldn't get caught fine, he's not going to have that problem. When it comes to you need that pass catcher and pass blocker, you're going to get that from both of them, from Mayers and Brock. So I'm just saying, you can't deny, you can't get upset, you can't get frustrated with it. This was BPA. This was best player, and I mean, you've seen what he's done at Georgia. Now you have him added with your firepower. I have no problem. I like it. And then the next thing you go on and do, you get one of the nastiest motherfuckers to be added to your offense. That's also a Raider fan. What more could you ask for?
Championships. That's what more you can ask for. But you have hit the nail on the head, and I'm glad you gave me a little bit of room to smooth on in here and talk about Jackson Powers Johnson. This was a guy that I had written off, one because we re-signed Andre James, and he was told that he was going to be the starting center this year. I went back and I looked at his contract. Yes, he's under contract for 2 more years, but next year it's a $7 million hit. If you cut him at the beginning of the year, it's five and some change if you cut him after June 1st. You can take one look at Jackson Powers Johnson's game and you know what the deal is. I would love for it to all work out beautifully and marvelously, but from what you've seen from Oregon versus what you've seen from James in the league, if John JPJ can do any of that in the league, he's gonna be in the middle of the line fairly shortly because he's just better. He's bigger. He's faster. He's able to his lateral quickness, his lateral awareness is already leaps and bounds better than James. And I'm not trying to trash my guy James because honestly, I hope it works with him at guard. At guard, he can be tremendous, which is what they drafted him at. So in no way, shape, or form am I forecasting that that's what's going on. I'm just saying. But this guy is an absolute animal out there. And a couple of people have said he reminds them of Quentin Nelson. And I see it. I see it. And the Raiders' main issue with their offensive line, while everybody focuses on tackles, has been their interior. And their interior got a lot bigger. It got a lot stronger, a lot nastier, and a lot better in pass protection and run blocking. And these are the kind of moves that you make when you go with what you have and you gotta take what you got and make it as good as humanly possible. And with what they did in the trenches, they've added a lot in the trenches. But we'll keep it to JPJ for right now. You got a guy who's 328 pounds, can get out there and run, who can get off the ball, intelligent, make line calls, change line calls, identify blitzers, pick up stunts, both sides, throw guys out of the club, pull, all kinds of stuff. This dude is incredible, and to be able to draft him in the second round that's a feather in the cap of Telesco.
Right. Whew.
One of them, Brian, whether it be AOC or Gardner Minshew, somebody's got to step up and be better than a 500 quarterback in order for this thing to work. The weapons that are being put around them are going to feature their strengths as a passer, quick passes, short to intermediate routes, a lot of spacing, a lot of timing, some anticipation, all of that. And we're going to see what happens and what in terms of getting some deep shots and keeping defenses honest so that they don't play the Raiders offense like they played when Jimmy was the quarterback and line the safeties up at 18 yards and nobody takes a step backwards.
No, definitely. Other thing you look at, you can just go on and say that, hey, they weren't. They went on and got Delmar Glaze from out of Maryland. And I'm going to tell you this, from someone that's covered Maryland up closely, being able to play the right tackle, being able to play left tackle, being able to play guard as well, that is the versatility this team needs on this line. If somebody goes down, you can go on and plug him away. You notice that we had a little bit of a problem with that last year. We had a few guys on the interior side go down, and then we started having some struggles. Then you notice that you had some switches around when Colton Miller went, where in reality you wanted to probably have Mumford at right tackle, but you really didn't have nobody there at left. So now you go on and pick up Glaze. Glaze is good enough to compete and probably end up within that rotation. And they said he's going to compete for the right tackle position. Now, look, you know what you've been through for the last 2 seasons. You need to go all out. You need to do your thing. Because I'm going to tell you this rookie class, they are hungry. They will make sure they fight tooth and for a position to start. And I'm going to tell you this, Glaze is one of them. You ever see his arms?
No.
You want to know how long those damn arms are, bro?
Oh, boy.
What?
The opinions about to be expressed are of Phil Jones and not of the unfiltered truth. Please continue.
This motherfucker is the definition of you shall not pass.
Just not gonna let nobody
you
through.
Tell me that
the long arm of the law.
He got long arms. It's not the opinion of Phil Jones. This is Phil Jones that sat here, looked in this damn booth like, damn, that's a big ass motherfucker.
And reach out and touch someone, huh? Just like Call ATT. Should have been on the commercials.
Reach out and slap you.
Yeah, let's slap a defender. I saw. So at the Senior Bowl, he did a lot of work. We got to see a lot in one-on-ones on multiple sides of the ball against virtually everyone on the edges, and he really stood out to me. And I know that the Senior Bowl practice is heavily looked at, the one-on-ones and all of that good stuff. and then people go back and evaluate the tape. But I think that from his tape to what he showed at the Senior Bowl, he showed a lot of improvement and an ability to play wherever it was that he was asked to play. And when they called his name, I was very pleased with the pick. He's a big guy, 6'3", 6'4", what is he, 314? Little light for a tackle, but they're making tackles differently these days. And I hope that he can mature. He's going to have the coaches and James Craig and who's the guy we got from Dallas? I'm having a brain fart right now.
Oh, on the line, or are you talking about
Assistant coach that does that
Oh, you're
special.
talking about Joe Philbin.
Joe Philbin. There you go.
Yeah, Joe Philbin. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be quite a lot of guys who'll be able to work with them and develop them, and that's going to be one of the specialties of this team, is having a bunch of old former coaches to come in and and to devote their time to developing these guys and making sure that they're getting better step by step.
I answer the question real quick. Craig is the motherfucker that kept Joe Burrow on his feet in LSU. He is the line coach that kept those guys protecting Joe Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and they were actually voted best offensive line unit in college football. So that guy knows what the hell he's doing.
He's been around for a long time. He's not some new guy. I even want to say I think he was with us for a time too before, wasn't he? He certainly yes, with Cable.
He actually was. He was with us with Tom Cable.
Yes, as Cable's assistant line coach. And so it's how well does his scheme do? It works as long as guys block it up. But the real genius behind it is going to be Joe Philbin. Joe Philbin is a longtime line coach for the Cowboys, and they've never had offensive line troubles.
No, they haven't had it at all. I mean, you've had literally a handful of guys left, right, coming Dallas, and then there are guys that is he good enough to be able to handle this and this? Joe Phil magic out of it. So I tell you this straight up. I'm actually glad that we have Craig and Philbin to really work with his offensive line.
Yes. Yes, because it's one thing. It's the one thing to get them to play together and to play them the way that you need them to play, but it's something different to be able to have the individual development as they continue to go on. Space Beast, is this the biggest coaching staff ever? I don't know. I think it's regular size, but it's all good. Marvin Lewis as an assistant head.
I think the staff is what we've had over the years. And I will say that, to be honest, they are better than what we've had over the years. There's a lot of leadership in every position, even if these guys were former head coaches. Not as the greatest head coach, but when they're a coordinator, they're usually the best at that. And so far, we know what Coughlin has done. We all know what a Philbin has done. We already know what this has done. We can just keep trickling down over the years of the success that they've had. So to have this on our roster combined as one, and then you still kept Edgar Bennett. To be honest, I think everybody's in good hands right now.
Edgar Bennett and I'm good. I was just looking at some of these comments. Edgar Bennett and Getsy go back to Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers was winning the MVPs and Devontae Adams was establishing himself as the best receiver in the league. At that particular time, I do believe that everybody loves to try and call them show and they were setting the world on fire. And so I expect that to work as long as they can get their quarterback play to be consistent and go where they need to go. It's going to be the consistency and the continuity is going to be great for the players, and I can't wait to see what it turns out to be. To get to some of these questions. So, can we trade for Herndon Hooker already? I'd love it if we could. Space B says 2 firsts should get Hooker. I think it's going to take my G. They drafted him injured in the 3rd round.
Let me see. All right, let's see. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of glad that Chris Ash is not our DB coach anymore. Godly. Had Ricky back there to help out.
Yeah, that would have been all bad. You stupid. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. And then did it again. This is all wonderful.
I hate this shit.
Yeah. Kev just
I know, right? Already.
Said hello and then got straight to it. At least he said hello, I guess.
Motherfucker said, hello. This motherfucker froze.
Is it still echoing on my end?
No, I don't hear you echoing. The running back, Dylan Love.
Yeah, we're going to get to him in due time. We're working our way down. We're gonna work our way down. We're coming up on the 4th round with the corner from Mississippi State, Decamarion Richardson. 6'2", 188, 4'3", 40. He's primarily a zone corner. I'd like to say press man, but he's not pressing anyone. But he is an incredible open field tackler. I'll tell you that right now. He does not miss a tackle when he's coming up to attack the ball carrier. Because he's raw, a very raw prospect, but he has the physical tools to be everything that you need him to be. So he needs development as well.
Yeah. I still wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders still pick up a veteran corner.
No, not at all. My only concern for the veteran corner they pick up is going to be speed and how much is it going to cost. In this particular division, having to play against Patrick Mahomes twice a year is not exactly the most conducive place to be if you can avoid it.
Notice that a lot of those guys were getting 9s 8. I think 7.97 was the lowest out of the bunch.
Yeah, they were some athletic freaks and dogs, but that's the thing about it, and that's where Boyle goes back to I forgot whose point it was, but you look at the coaching staff, and when you have all this raw physical talent, you have to be able to do something with it to maximize it, and that's where these coaches being able to develop these players really comes in to play, and the importance that has in, because that's how you continue to keep your roster turnover low, be able to maintain your success, because you're not going around constantly trying to outbid everybody on the free agency market for a 2-year deal that you're going to end up regretting anyway.
Yeah.
Do I see Epps and Paulo being surprise cuts? No. No. They are what you can totally tell from this, from what you've seen so far, is that they are heavily invested in bringing back as many guys as they can from last year's roster. At this point, when Antonio Pierce says he wants to run it back, you should believe him. That's what they're doing, is running it back. And what they did in the draft was try to give themselves a shot in the arm and make themselves strong where they were weak. I don't think we're going to need to trade. Free agency will be fine. He never left, dude. He's still on the roster. Raider Nation for life, babe. Yeah.
He
So
said
yeah,
he's
Sean,
good.
that's kind of what I felt. That's kind of what I felt like too. But it's it's better off. It's better that he's on the outside, because he needs some work on his ball skills and recognition and closing speed while the ball's in the air. But that takes us to round 5. We got Tommy Eichenberg.
That's a nasty fucking hitter, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
So
he is.
I came to a conclusion.
What's
You
that?
remember what AP said a while back?
Which was?
We're gonna get everybody that can really fuck up Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Get Eichenberg.
So, you take out the magician, you end the show, huh?
That's all you.
That's all you got to do. A lot of speed in our division. What worries me about a vet cute's corner, rather develop a youngster with wheels. Well, that's excellent. We've got a lot of youngsters to develop. Lots of them that's going to be. And they had 2 excellent teachers in Ricky Manning Jr. and Gerald Alexander. And so, again, like somebody said earlier, they were glad Chris Alt isn't our defensive backs coach. Well, I sincerely hope that once
Chris
again we'll
Nash.
be able to take all of this talent that they have, this young talent with speed, Jacorian Bennett I see as well, and mold it and turn it into an NFL product. And once that happens, we'll be in a very, very good spice with our own guys, not even having to go out and shop around for somebody's leftovers and cast offs or overpay. Is Tommy the next Greg Beekert? Uh Probably not. But he doesn't have to be. You just need him to go out there and do his job, be an attacker, a thumper, lay some wood, because you're gonna need some bigger guys, and he's probably one of the bigger linebackers that they have as well at 6'2", 240. because you're going to be running into some teams that are going to play some bully ball, and you play the Chargers twice a year, and we already know Harbaugh's propensity for unbalanced lines with but tight end bunches to run 6 to 9 blockers at you on every play.
Yeah.
And just grind you into dust until you can't do anything else about it.
I mean, that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, he's more of a 2-down linebacker. You really don't want to see him in pass coverage unless he's blitzing, or at worst taking the running back in the flat. Gonna have to stop Austin Eston and Vidal. Audric Eston. Okay. I mean, it is
I
what it
mean,
is.
yeah,
They're
the
gonna have
dog got speed, but I mean, you lay the wood on his ass, he ain't getting back up.
we'll see. They'll keep hitting his ass. Don't let him run into Max. Oh, said
Don't let him run into Eichenberg.
he was 14 till he ran into Max and got laid on his back.
I had that damn boy in a coma.
Contemplating life and wondering did he still want to play pro football.
He said, "Who there?"
What are we gonna do with the money we get from Jimmy G when he comes off the books? Give it to a corner and pay them a lot of money.
Yeah. And just have Jack
Guess who would
Jones
make
and
sense? Adoree, Stephon Gilmore, or Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard would probably make the most amount of sense. Adoree is familiar. Gilmore obviously is another.
remember he no, he's not.
Why?
Remember when Dory came over there, Patrick had already left.
Well, there you go. Then you were looking at Xavier. Is there enough speed in the secondary to contain Worthy and Kelsey this season? Worthy and Kelsey, yes. Now you throw in what was it? Rashid Rice when he comes back, and then who was the other? There's another one, and Hollywood. You forgot about Hollywood.
No, I take that back. No, he is familiar with it, but
yeah,
boy, struggle with him
because he was just okay in New York, I believe.
He struggled. He was having some ups and downs, like was. That's the thing. I need you for like at least 15 to 16 games. I'm only getting you for only what, 10 games, 12 games? That ain't it.
Not gonna yeah, that's about what we're looking at in June, Al. So some things are gonna happen right before training camp, you best believe. After they've had an opportunity to take their roster, work it all out, and see what they got.
Yeah.
Top 10 defense and we playoffs, maybe 1 win. Top 5 and we're in AFC Championship and possibly the Super Bowl. We'll see. Said I think the defense definitely has the potential to be top 10 this year. Will they get you to the playoffs? If it's a top 10 defense, you're going to be pretty freaking close no matter what. So we'll rock with that. Top 5 and we're in the AFC Championship game, possibly the Super Bowl, you're going to need to see some points on offense. And while 24 was the goal that AP shot for, you going with the amount of firepower the Chiefs have retooled with, you're going to need more than that.
Yeah.
No matter how good your defense is. Who do I think the starting QB will be? We got a long road before we get there, Mr. Davis. A long road. We're still trying to get to pick 6. The Raiders carry 3 quarterbacks. Most teams do, my man. Most teams do. Especially when you don't have to have the third one count against the roster as the emergency quarterback, the inactive active emergency QB. But that takes us into pick 6, number 208, Dylan Lobby, from the running back from New Hampshire. Why don't you tell them a story about Dylan Lobby?
Dylan Lobby is the definition of that man running football. I'ma say Dylan Lobby, he may be that kind of running back that you can use in the receiving game, but he will physically try to run through and most likely succeed. He has speed. I literally Nazir Adderley at University of Delaware trying to check down, and he got cooked. As you guys recall, Nazir Adderley used to play for the Chargers until he retired, and he was the what? I think he was like the first round or second round pick.
First round, I believe.
He smoked them. I mean, he smoked them. He rolled him up in a pack. Nah, he ain't no Jalen Richard. Jalen Richard couldn't even fucking return. Legit wise. Dylan can return kicks on the punt, kickoff. He's just a nasty motherfucker. I'm gonna be real. He's not that small. I mean, everybody wants to say like people thought he was 5'9". He actually came in about like 5'10" and like 144. Anyway, he's 5'10". Dude, I would also say is this. If you get fancy, you can kind of, I think you can line them up in the slot and just get a little fan, run some little screens with them. Well, shit. Wait, of course we're going to see the screens. He going to eat. God damn.
He gonna get fed. There's gonna be a lot of folks getting fed. Lobby is a mini Allstott and trucking. No, not really. It sounds good though. Good. I'll let you rock it. Not really.
He's more like he's more like I ain't gonna take no shit off nobody. I ain't no bitch. All right.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for contact. I could rather run by everybody. I get to the end zone faster that way.
Yeah, he's basically the poor man's CMC.
Yeah, who are the undrafted players? We'll get there. Jeez, man, but listen, bro, we're only 38 minutes into the broadcast. We still trying to get through the draft. We're almost without a horse. He said he based his game off Christian McCaffrey. That's a damn good person to base your game off of.
Yep.
Damn good person.
I mean, you remember Christian McCaffrey? He was doing it all. He did it all at Stanford.
All the white Reggie Bush. This is a question, Kevin.
Running back, even game. Yeah.
This is a question, Kev.
What you say?
I said that question. Dylan sends DeAndre Carter home. DeAndre Carter's going home, but it won't be Dylan who sends him.
Nah.
Won't be Dylan who sends him. Pick number 7, Trey Taylor. This is one that I genuinely got excited about. I don't often come up here and tell you that I'm not familiar with somebody's game and go back and watch and like, holy shitballs. This dude's gonna be good. Said this dude smells the football, he tastes the football, he goes to the football, gets the football, and I believe he's also the first airman drafted out of the Air Force.
No, he's the third been drafted.
from the
He's
Air
the
Force.
third that's been drafted in I think about the last 45 years.
Yes.
This is also the cousin of Ed Reed by marriage. But the thing of it was, Ed Reed
Nephew.
spent a lot of time working and training him. When you can get trained by Ed Reed consistently, trained by Ed Reed,
For
you
years.
damn right he should. You damn right he deserved that damn fucking award.
Thorpe Award winner.
And the crazy thing about this man just started following me.
Well, shoot, hopefully we can get him on the field and talk to him.
That caught me off guard out of the blue. This man just started last night.
Hey, you were talking him up, when I want to see people talk me up too, so I can put it out there. Say, you see, this is a smart man. He knows how smart I am. See, this boy good.
Yeah, Jim
Follow
Thorpe Award winner. Now I know there's a lot of folks that are going to be like, "Well, how come he got taken in the 7th?"
Air Force.
You got to understand, now if he did his duty first, if he went on his assignment first beforehand and got completed years that he needed to serve, and then came back in, he'd probably be good to go. But in this case, once his NFL career, he has to go and serve. Now, the reason why I'm saying that they took him low, say if some shit hit the fan, he's probably going to have to jump in and get on in it. So, I understand. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to take him low, because I didn't want to put too much value in the pick.
Is he the Marcus Epps replacement? Who knows? I'd rather not think like that right now. He's a fantastic depth piece who I hope is going to force his way onto the field. And Dre, I was trying not to make that comparison for obvious reasons, but that is what came to my mind as well.
Yeah. Well, you gotta look. He was
Trey Taylor played for
reserved.
AP as a kid, huh? That's why
Yeah,
AP
he
said
did.
it's going to circle on the draft day call.
Yep.
There it is. And didn't he try to recruit Brock Bowers out of high school too? Pretty sure he did.
He said he gonna get his fucking boy.
Yeah.
I have no fucking problem with it. He
Yes,
said if I couldn't get my quarterback, I'm gonna get the rest of the boys.
All of them. And then depending on what happens, he'll have his wide receiver next year. And then we get to the last and final pick, MJ Devonshire. You want to handle that one?
Nah, that's all yours, bro.
MJ Devonshire from Pittsburgh is another one of those. Is your prototypical 7th round corner. The stats appeared out of nowhere. Somehow he managed to get himself in the right position to get 4 interceptions. He's another off the ball corner that's gonna need some work. He's gonna need some work, but he's on the team, and we love him anyway. And we need all the warm bodies we can get on the defense, especially in the backfield. And we need them to develop and get good so that we can run exotic dime and nickel looks and get interceptions and turnovers with robber looks and with all sorts of misdirection and disguise.
Only way to go.
He got 4 pick sixes yesterday. Did you see them? because after those four, the rest of it is leaves some room for growth and opportunity, we'll say. But we were asked about undrafted free agents, and I was actually looking at those before I came on. We started the show, so while I pull them up. And Kevin had made a comment about who was taking DeAndre Carter's job and forcing him out. The answer to that is Dietrich Griffin, the wide receiver from, I believe that was Mississippi State. That dude is a baller. So that dude was a monster in the slot. He was a monster returning kicks. And out of all of the guys on this list that I've had the opportunity to look at and watch, I think that he's probably got the largest chance of making this roster for sure. Especially given the fact that they need depth. Somebody asked us, "Oh, fantastic signing for Michael Gallup." Listen, anytime you can get a veteran wide receiver who scored touchdowns and caught passes for $3 million, which is 10% of what Amon Ra is making, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. He's the fact that he's played and had success in Dallas. Is it going to be the same guy? Probably not, but we'll see what you got. And if it doesn't work out, it was only $3 million. He won't make the roster. He won't make the opening day 53.
Damn.
Now, Carter Bradley was an interesting one, quarterback from South Alabama. It's also the son of Gus Bradley. So did they do him a solid? Potentially. Big, tall kid, strong kid. Got a loopy wind up delivery that's going to add some time to getting rid of the ball. He inside the hashes. He's got a cannon. He's a camp arm. I mean, there's really no other way to say he's a camp arm that has a shot because you don't currently have a superstar at the quarterback position right now.
Yeah.
We had a list of corners: Demarcus Governor, Jaquan Shepard, Rashad Williams. Based off what I saw, the little bit that I did happen to see in the videos I watched, I like Rashad Williams' game probably the most. The rest of these guys are some zone corner covers who are more like the catch and tackle corners, and
Yeah.
we need to get away from that. We need the guys who are going to make plays on the ball, get the receiver down, and not catch and tackle, especially if they're
No,
not
you're
going to be
absolutely right on that.
killer speed. Uh, we got a couple linemen and Clark Barrington, guard from Baylor, Andrew Coker, tackle from TCU. We have Jake Johning from Furman at guard, Will Putnam from Clemson, the center. And did I miss one? Nope, that's what we got. And I don't really have anything to tell you about those guys. They some guys on the roster that we'll have to see how they look at in training camp and OTAs to get a sense of their game and see what's going on with them. They added a couple more defensive linemen: Tamari Fox, defensive end from North Carolina; T.J. Franklin from Baylor; Amari Gaynor from North Carolina. All four of those guys were edges. Noah Shannon from Iowa, the defensive tackle, and then Ron Stone from Washington State. And that's pretty much all your guys, minus Ramel Keaton from receiver from Tennessee, and Jeff Foreman
Yeah.
from Arkansas State. So, out of that bunch of guys, and unless the lineman suddenly turned into something that I didn't see, which shouldn't be hard because I didn't really look at him. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Rayshad Williams, Lydietrich Griffin, Carter Bradley, and I'll say probably DeMarcus Governor, and maybe a couple of these linemen can make the practice squad and or be crack the team as a special teams unit guy. Well, Mr. Fernandez, go ahead and take a bite out of his ass like you were McGruff and he was crying. Nephew Prince House. So what is it that you did? The video coordinator for the Rush, Mr. Big Time himself, the El Presidente. You know, we try not to ask these questions, Dre. As we do these shows, we often have sound effects in the background. Some of them we control, some of them we do not. And very shortly, as soon as we get to you'll hear one of our many sound effects go off.
Yeah, he's a stunt double.
Huh? There you go. You see, there's no button for that one.
We thought about this shit earlier. I was like, look, he go, watch this motherfucker start barking this shit right when we start the fucking show.
Right
When we start the
as
show.
soon as I said I was going to start it up. Said go to call, go him out, try to include him in the show. All of a sudden, he tired of barking.
Hey,
He ain't got
took this man for a fucking walk, fed him, and this motherfucker said, I'm still gonna be an asshole for you.
Right?
Gotta love it.
AP and Crosby building a culture. Telesco will provide the type of players AP needs, Crosby wants. I don't know about all that. That sounds good, but we'll see. There he goes. So go ahead, dog. Get it all out. Let it be known. Let it be known. Jeez. You got anything else, Phil?
No, I really don't have anything else to add into this. We already had upgrades, or we added. I don't. To be honest, only one hole on this team so far. I mean,
I'm glad you mentioned that. What hole would that be? Because are you ready? Are you prepared to board that Ryan Tannehill bandwagon?
you said what?
Said, are you prepared to board that Ryan Tannehill stagecoach bandwagon? No, guess not. I guess I'll be doing it by myself. Well, I'm not either. But when you look at what's left, I had made as we go through this. So earlier today, I made a post about trading for either Hendon Hooker or Michael Penix Jr. Now, in light of everything that's gone on with this whole particular draft process, and what the Falcons did with Penix Jr., I can't imagine for the life of me why Arthur Blank would not be receptive to a trade call, because the way that he went down to go speak to Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris after they drafted Penix was in a manner that would lead one to believe that they did that without his blessing. And this was after he'd already given Kirk Cousins $100 million in escrow, cash money. Here you go. Here's $100 million. Have it. I want this is yours. Take it. And now you're bringing in a rookie QB. And not only that, but they told no one about it and really fucked up that whole thing. And I mean, it really became a thing. And to me, and then you see today where the Atlanta PR team, social media team, is introducing this man and misspelling his name. Not only are they misspelling his name, but you're putting out vulgarity and just calling him penis.
Penis!
Penis. You're calling this man penis, misspelling his name. Your GM is talking about if he sits for 4 to 5 years, then that's a great problem to have. You know, it means that you just got the greatest if he's sitting for 4 to 5 years. I'm like, they're 4-year contracts. So you're going to sign this man to a 5th-year option to make him sit on the bench some more? He's 23 going on 24. He's gonna be 28 before he can have the opportunity to get out of your jail cell and play football for somebody else.
Penis.
You got to get that penis.
That's right. I couldn't believe that shit.
Yeah, Space Beast. They did it. It's not, and I know it sounds funny talking like this, but when I saw it, I was just like, bro, you can't be serious. And they were. This whole Michael Penix thing to Atlanta has been a disaster. And I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care. It was a disaster. You heard Sean Payton come out and say the Raiders, they literally had a plan. And then Atlanta just blew it to shit. Screwed themselves over in the process, probably cemented the departure, at least one of the front office people between Morris and Fontenot. And it's why it's just crazy how that whole thing played out and you want to say, oh, they were looking to the future. They would have looked to the future of this year and went ahead and got Latu, which was the best edge rusher that they needed.
The best of the best. The best of American.
He said, guard dog and Officer Farver on the case. Let's and go, brother.
I'm done off that shit, bro.
Yes, when it's time to play, eventually I'll move on. But this is still fresh, and I still can't believe how big of a screw up this is. And somebody gonna answer for this. Somebody's gonna answer for this. But we'll see. But and a conversation I was having earlier with a friend of mine, everybody keeps forgetting about Anthony Brown and disrespecting Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown was the guy who held it down for Baltimore when Lamar was out with the messed up knee and got them to the playoffs in his relief appearance in Baltimore. And that you can't understate that, and you can't forget about that because he got him there. Gardner didn't get him there. Aiden didn't get him there. The dog barking in the background didn't get him there either.
Hell no, that dog, that barking some bitch, he didn't get in there. I'll tell you what.
Oh, well, this is welcome to feel how they feel over there. It is what it is. That Kevin, I swear to God, I'm gonna stop answering. I'm stop putting your shit up. I swear I'm good. Cowtown Looter. I haven't seen this name before, and I love it. You should comment more often.
Yes, please.
Upset the Titans. But he also was the last quarterback to win in Baller Brocken. That dog needs.
You know who? You gotta look. You gotta look. You know who? You know who upset them? Oh my god! Hey, look, bro. I don't need Peter coming to my house, bro.
Now, fuck that. Why you trying to kill that man's dog? He gonna get him a dry ass Popeyes biscuit. Don't be. You hear him choking and gagging.
That's murder right there, bro.
That's fucked up.
That is murder. You're promoting murder on this show.
Wow. But come on, bro. Wait a minute. We trying to keep this above board. I'm put my phone down so I can start viewing these comments over here trying to take us down this path of darkness and sin. We trying to win football games. I don't care about what somebody's mama look like, even if she's thicker than the Snickers. Other than that, man. That's the draft recap and the UDFA recap. Jones, you got anything to add?
No, I ain't got a damn motherfucking thing to add right there.
Well, that makes two of us. Thank you for tuning in. We'll put this on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Tell a friend, repost it. Help us get viewed. Make sure everybody comes to look at it on YouTube. Otherwise, we don't get paid. I'm your host, Phil Robinson. He's Phil Jones. This is the Unfiltered Truth, because you deserve better.
This is one word, two syllables. Ridiculous, right?